going to turn around teams with your host Jesse Schindler and our two co-hosts Trevor Kopic and Lucas Calm. Today we will be in front of a live audience and talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets' impact next year. So Trevor, how do you feel about Aaron Rodgers?
I think Aaron Rodgers has always been a good player until last year as a 38-year-old, but now he's a 39-year-old. And last year he got new wide receivers, and that looked like it affected his QBR and his play style. And now he's getting new wide receivers again. I don't think he's going to be very good.
Okay, Trevor. As we know, Aaron Rodgers was good until last year, like Trevor said. But now that he's getting older, he's kind of becoming into a Tom Brady by the end of his career. He's trying to get not as good with the ball, and I think this might be his last season. Lucas, do you think I'll be correct?
I think Aaron Rodgers has at least 2 years left in him, and I think Aaron Rodgers is still at that MVP level he was only a few years ago. Because in Green Bay, his best weapon might have been last year, like Allen Lazard, and the Jets signed him. And also, they also have like 3 wide receivers who I think are better than Allen Lazard: Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, and McCall Hardman, who I think are all better weapons. And I think Aaron Rodgers could still compete at that MVP level he was only a few years ago.
True, but sorry. In our live audience, we do have a question. Please tell us your question, sir.
Do you think you guys can make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers as your starting quarterback?
I do not think that will be true, but our color analyst Trevor knows a lot about that. Trevor, tell us about your thoughts.
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a bust. However, I'd also like to say, when Aaron Rodgers was good, he had Devontae Adams, which I think is the best wide receiver in the league. I mean, now but when he was at Green Bay, I think he was the best wide receiver in the league. And you had one of the best and a good quarterback. That's why Aaron Rodgers, in my view, looked spectacular, because he had the best wide receiver in the league. Oh, we have a caller.
All right, caller. Tell us about your thoughts.
So last year the Jets record was 7-10, and which was kind of like the people expected him to be. How many wins will Aaron Rodgers add to that record, or will the wins decrease?
I have a little experience on this topic. I think they will have maybe 7, but I don't think that is enough to compete in the division they are. With the Dolphins and the Bills, they are going to be smoked and probably going to be at the bottom of the division like they are usually. It's just that the Patriots are a pretty good team. Lucas, tell us about that subject too.
Yes, there have been lots of new additions in the AFC East, but I still think the only reason the Jets didn't have a lot of wins was because they didn't have a QB, which was their biggest problem. And they definitely got a QB in Aaron Rodgers. And also, I think they're having at least even 12 wins this year, and they will be second in the AFC East, only behind the Bills and ahead of the Dolphins.
Okay. We have another question. Please tell us.
So your thoughts is they play the Bills and the Dolphins 2 times every year, and your thought is that they're going to lose both those teams twice. So that's 4 losses already. Against the Patriots, you said they were 1-1. 1 win, 1 loss.
Yeah.
So you're 1-5 against your division teams.
Yep.
So does that mean you guys? So that means you guys need to win a lot against either interconference games or teams that are not in your division. And Aaron Rodgers isn't familiar with the AFC, so how is he going to prepare for that?
True. So obviously, since they are going to be preparing against the AFC East, our current analyst Trevor will tell you more about that. Trevor?
I think that it's going to be a new experience again for Aaron Rodgers. However, I do think Aaron Rodgers will be an improvement. Just for 2 years, and for what the Jets gave up, not worth it. Also, I also think that they won't go 1-5 in their division. I think they'll win 2 against the Patriots, win 2 or 1 against the Dolphins, and then drop both to the Bills. So I think that's what will happen. However, I also have to say this: if you're only gonna make the playoffs for 2 years for what you gave up, it's not worth it. They gave up so much that if they're gonna do that, then they have to have him for 5 years at least. Now back to Jesse.
All right, sadly, we will have to take a break, but thank you for your questions, callers. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.